Alright, Persona 5 Royal.
The Royal Persona 5.
$60.
Monarchy is outdated.
What?
Monarchy is outdated.
Okay.
Yeah. A lot of people say, like, Persona 5 Royal is a $60 waifu with a free game attached to it. Yeah, but it's a good free game.
I mean, Azathoth is a pretty good waifu.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah, spoilers.
I hope you're gonna put that in the video thumbnail and not just say it 5 minutes in after we mentioned everything.
Just put a picture of Maruki with demon horns on the thumbnail.
No!
You get the idea.
Anyway, okay, so general thoughts on the premise of the Ninth Palace and how it ties into the actual game.
95% positive.
What's the other 5%?
Akechi living.
I think that Ninth Palace is actually incredibly well integrated. It actually offers a more satisfying conclusion than the original did.
I agree.
The original was already a pretty decent enough conclusion, in my opinion.
Yeah, but this one just...
Yeah, but you have a
up to a
person
new
that you've been
level.
getting to know throughout the entire game, actual moral ambiguity, probably the best palace.
Was it
aesthetically
really
in the game.
okay to change the heart of Thomas Baby Eater, the inventor of eating babies?
That was the late gray justice for the
I'm restarting
entire...
Minecraft.
For the entirety of Persona 5 Vanilla. But now it actually made you think, like, is it okay? Should you do it?
Yeah, throughout the month that Maruki gives you, you see the people of Tokyo and Shibuya and the like being genuinely happy with their lives, even though it's not like true.
Genuinely, as far as you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's...
I don't think it is genuine. I think that's kind of the edge that they do to get you to want to change his heart.
Yeah. And I think, you mentioned... In isolation, the bad ending seems the good ending, and vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
Which is really interesting and compelling.
Yeah.
They
Also-
haven't done anything like that since Persona 3, where the bad ending has the... If you don't know the development the characters go into and what actually is the implication of them forgetting everything that happened, the bad ending seems like the good ending, and the true ending where the protagonist dies is the bad ending in isolation, but with context, it's the other way around, just like with Royal.
You know we're gonna have the creaking of that chair in the entire video now, right?
I'll just stop then.
Just bring the spoilers. Oh, finally it loaded. Spoilers for everything Persona.
Anyway, let's talk about did you guys watch, or at least watch the general gist of the new confidants?
Yes.
Yeah, Oya and Chihaya are pretty neat additions.
I
I didn't remember them being in the original, but they made no change to the story whatsoever. So I'm not sure why they needed them. Maruki and Kasumi were great though, especially Maruki.
Okay, but I meant like Akechi's new confidant that got updated in Royal, and Yoshizawa and Maruki.
I mean,
Like,
obviously
let's get
Yoshizawa and Maruki are good, but...
Let's get the worst out of the way, since everyone who's watching this and has seen at least one other video on this channel, for some reason, knows that our opinion of Agoro...
Akechi is terrible! Akechi is terrible!
Yeah,
Stop associating such a good word with Akechi.
Yeah, we don't like Akechi.
Yeah. I was actually genuinely excited to see his updated confidant and how it would, like, go. Rank 2 was just him being smug, as per the usual, but that's standard Akechi affair. Rank 3, okay, so I rewatched, the confidant video I have, on my channel, like, shameless plug, but,
You guys...
On my channel only.
yeah, it's in, like, so many other channels, but either way, the point is, I watched Rank 3 and Rank 4 recently. They're actually not that bad. Then Rank 5 happens, and then he makes a joke about needing to get practice with a gun in order to kill Joker. That's a funny joke.
Ha! I am laughing because that is a joke and funny and
Yeah.
not serious.
It's a funny joke, haha, just a joke, guys. Have
Yeah,
you
I was
ever
just a
wondered
joke.
what Akechi's gun smells like, haha, asking for a friend?
I was not happy to see that line there. That was one of the 2 lines that killed my enjoyment of the entire Confidant to me. Like, because as a whole, the Confidant was an interesting
And the
keep your
other
keep your
was-
friends close and the enemies closer sort of deal, which was really interesting for a social link / confidant in the series. And then there was rank 6, which was again pretty decent despite taking place in a hot spring.
What?
I remember that. Why? I don't know.
No, Nintendo eShop, please.
Anyway,
Please.
but yeah, it actually does give a little more detail into Akechi's backstory, which is always appreciated regardless of context. And then there's rank 7.
I sound like a catchy.
Yeah, I don't like Akechi either, but so then there's rank 7, and that single rank killed all of my enjoyment of the entire Confidant. Because there is a line there where Akechi is like, hey, you should betray all of your friends and side with me.
I
And
remember
it's a
that.
dead serious question, and the worst part is you need to have Joker respond, I'll consider it, if you want Akechi to get Hereward, his ultimate persona.
That's my problem with that is that it's really out of character for Joker. I mean, even as a silent protagonist, he has some character to him, and he'd never say something like that. Not even make Akechi feel good. I mean, no one would want Akechi to feel good anyway, but you know what I mean.
I mean, I guess the point of the Confidants is that Joker doesn't act like himself. It's the whole thing of putting on a mask.
Well, man.
I guess that's
Society.
true, but like...
Still, that's really out of
not
character.
acting like a Hierophant.
Raiden, why aren't you acting like a Hierophant?
Yeah, but anyway, rank 8, you get a boss fight that's ridiculously easy. I cheesed it by accident. Then again, I had really overpowered personas, but still, it shouldn't be
Mothman.
something you cheese by accident.
Also, the fact that he wants to beat you to a pulp before he wants to actually beat you to a pulp.
Haha, it's just for...
And then 9 and 10 is the exact same as before, so that's not really worth mentioning. But yeah, Akechi's Confidant, not a huge fan.
Rank 10 is different because we now have 100% confirmation he died, thank goodness.
Not 100%.
That's another problem I have.
Oh yeah,
The
let's talk
implication-
about him in the 3rd semester.
No, I want to say this. I'm mad about this. I know you're mad. I'm gonna let you finish. But why does he live? You said it yourself. It would have been so much better for his development if he died.
If he was confirmed dead.
Yeah,
It's like,
because that's the moral quarry, right? That's what he's stewing over. Do I want to frickin' commit suicide in order to restore reality and basically defy Maruki Von Ayer?
basically, the idea of, like, I do kind of like the idea behind Akechi's character in the 3rd semester. It's basically, I
Yeah.
would rather die than betray my personal, like, ideology, as corrupt as that ideology
I mean,
is.
he's still a scumbag, but at least that ideology makes sense. As in, I can see where he's coming from.
Yeah, and considering
Well, I
he's
agree with
also
that
been
thought.
controlled his whole life, that also makes sense. But then, why would they even bring up the implication that he's even alive?
Yeah, that just yeets everything out the window.
They did
At
it for the Akechi
supersonic
fans.
speed.
And that's
Like,
another
fans
thing
then
that
aren't
infuriates
again,
me.
like,
They threw away
if
the integrity of that story arc just to appease the Akechi stands. And
Stands.
it's just, why are you dignifying things that have no dignity?
If Akechi never shows up in any other spin-off that chronologically happens after Persona 5 or Persona 5 Royal, then him being implied to be alive and possibly imprisoned is fine. But if they ever bring him back into another, like, spin-off that chronologically happens after the events of P5 or P5 Royal, that completely neuters his entire character. Which I think was so close to actually being really, really good.
Yeah, I mean, he's still a serial killer. I don't like the guy, but he would have been a good character.
Yeah.
So they just stuck to their guns, but it's the problem with Akechi.
Guns.
They're always there, but they just wimp out at the last second. Hey,
Yeah.
let's make him a serial killer, a morally ambiguous. Nope, let's make him just entirely evil so you don't feel bad about murdering him. hey, let's make it so his dad's an absolute scumbag, so you don't feel bad about killing him, and thus sacrifice pretty much the final palace-designed palace, because Mementos just feels like a bunch of blocks by just making Hitler character instead of actual cool antagonist.
Speaking of cool antagonist, I am Marky Von Eyre.
Maruki was a good antagonist because he almost didn't feel like an antagonist.
Almost. He
Almost.
felt just enough like an actual antagonist to make him like
Yeah.
someone to
I know.
that you must oppose.
Like, he has the best of intentions, no doubt. Like, you can see it easily in what he does. He wants everyone to be happy. That's, like, the epitome of good intentions. And yet, he's still not a good guy.
Yeah.
And that confused brain, and that's cool.
He's a good guy, but not a good guy.
Yeah.
You are a good guy.
I don't
but
think
that doesn't
Maruki
mean
is as
you are a good
morally
guy.
gray as people are making him out to be. Obviously, he's a good person, but the game makes it plainly obvious that his ideal is both wrong and incompatible with the concept of reality. But it is incredibly interesting to see
like,
a
it's
palace ruler that has goodwill, but just incredibly distorted.
Also, his confidant is amazing. It does kind of make it obvious that there's more importance to him later, but you know, that's fine because that's like, in all honesty, him being the last palace ruler isn't too much of a twist. Consider
It's not at all, especially the palace
yeah.
tour, the psychological stuff, and the fact that he's a new character. I mean, who else would it have
yeah,
been?
when I first saw him in in trailers for Persona 5 Royal, I instantly called him being like a villain. I was half wrong because he was an antagonist, not a villain.
I mean, I guess if I'd only played Royal and not Vanilla, I don't think I would have guessed it right out of the gate, but having played Vanilla, it's kind of obvious.
Yeah. Speaking of like the vanilla versus royal, he's like so well integrated that you could, like, if you only played royal and never vanilla, you would probably like think that he was always there.
Yeah, he is well integrated. Just the fact that his confidence starts as organically as it does as well.
I mean, it's influenced by Kamoshida. I mean, of course the school want to hire a psychiatrist to increase their PR. The Kamoshida thing probably decimated them.
Yeah,
of
and
course
speaking
Shido would have stolen things from him. Of course there's somebody besides Wakaba that was researching this stuff.
And of course that the someone who had a persona but never went into the metaverse would properly awaken it once the merge happened.
Yeah.
Also, that's a neat twist. Palace ruler, well, quote unquote palace ruler, has a persona. Ooh.
And it actually doesn't break as many rules as it sounds like it would.
Funny
because
thing about that, I always hated that rule because I felt like Ketchy should have had a palace, so as soon as it was pointed out to me that he didn't have yellow eyes, I immediately thought this
and yet
probably
you
means he
didn't
has
notice
persona.
that he had no yellow
Correct.
eyes.
As said before, Perception
zero.
0, Insight 100.
Yep. But anyway, yeah. There are two like exceptions to the if you have a persona you cannot have a shadow rule. Number one, if you're a wild card, you can still use personas, just not the main one you awaken to. For example, in the Persona 4 anime, Yu Narukami could use all of his personas except for his main one, Izanagi, when he had his shadow active. So yeah, Akechi could have theoretically had a shadow. The problem is it would have gotten rid of Loki, and Loki is a very plot-relevant persona.
Loki!
And number two, like, when a persona is too strong for a user to handle, it takes over them. And
Hence in the Maruki Von Eyre and Adam Boy.
yeah. Adam Cadmon / Azathoth was too strong for Maruki to handle, so it's very heavily implied that that's why the palace exists in the first place. There's a lot of explanations that could be gone with, but that's the one I personally like.
Normally, I wouldn't like that because it would resolve a blame, but in the Persona lore, your shadow is your repressed self, so it's still his own doing.
So is your persona. So yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same way Palace Kamoshida is still technically Kamoshida.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, dare I say, it's even more Kamoshida.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bonk.
It's the true Kamoshida. I'm a shadow.
And also, yeah, the actual final boss fight. First off, a human final boss in a Shin Megami Tensei game, just not even Persona, just Shin Megami Tensei, is basically unheard of. It's almost always just this really powerful entity.
Yeah, I always hate it when in RPGs it's humans versus monsters and you're always the human side. So
Yeah.
I'm very happy that it's humans and monsters versus another human and another monster.
Yo, can I
It's
get
fun.
a game where I play as a slime and beat would-be adventurers to death?
That would actually be a very good concept. Take note, game designers.
I love that.
Let me be a skeleton.
But anyway, yeah, the fight was great. It encourages switching around your party members and baton pass. And also, it ends with the best, like, post-final boss ever.
Pew.
Fist fight!
Oh!
Yeah.
The animations
I
in
lost
that.
my mind during that.
The animations in that fight were so well done. They looked like two drunk guys going at each other in a meth lab.
And yet, it was also generally really heartfelt because it was, like, it tied in thematically, too. Neither of the two are being able to use their personas anymore. They're just letting out all of their, Maruki is letting out all of his, like, woes at that point.
Yeah, it's very surreally
punch.
human, just meat sacks punching each other.
This is the human experience to this guy, meat sack.
And
It reminds me
I-
of that surreal part in Sonic Dreams collection where it's just a human in a Sonic costume rolling as
Why
if
do you think of
trusting
Sonic
himself.
Dreams collection when you
What
think of
even
Persona?
is that?
Don't ask. Don't ask.
No,
You don't want to know.
No,
No one out there look this up. Trust us.
Don't.
Okay.
Anyway.
Kasumi / Sumire / Yoshizawa / Violet / whatever spoilerific name she goes by.
Not as good as people make her out
Student
to be,
named
but she's still really fun.
Yoshizawa.
I do personally really like her, but I can understand why, like, some people don't really get, like, the hype.
I mean, yeah.
Like, she's fine. It's like, I
Yeah.
personally really like her, but it's like kind of the same thing with a lot of people, how a lot of people feel with Makoto in a lot
I
of
think
cases.
it might have just been affected by the fact that I didn't play Royal until you got to the Ninth Palace, so when she became Sumire, it wasn't really a twist to me as much as, oh, that's just a thing that I straight up
Yeah,
had no
like,
hints for.
just as an aside, I was the only one who played through the entirety of Royal. Since these guys literally
Hi.
just spent a year playing through Vanilla, I decided I wouldn't...
135
We
hours.
meet 2 times a week, so that doesn't offer a lot of time for us to play Persona, which is a really long JRPG with a lot of things and a lot of dialogue for us to read and a ton of quirky voices.
Isn't really long in JRPG just an oxymoron?
No, really long JRPG is... No, really long and JRPG are, like, literal synonyms.
Yeah. Unless it's Pokemon.
That's what I mean.
Like, even if it's Pokemon, like, you can still spend, like, most of the main game doing random things that isn't the main story and still spend 100 hours before you even beat the
I mean, I
champion.
logged 800 hours into Pokemon Moon
Oh my god!
before I lost it.
Ha, wuss.
Big oof.
I
My
got...
shinies.
I got 999 hours
Where?
in, like, I think Pokemon's... Well, I don't have it registered in Pokemon Platinum, but you know if it carried all the time you spent on it throughout all of your runs,
I'm
it would
pretty
be...
sure you
It would be
replayed that game 20
it would be 9999.
Do you guys have lives?
No.
I
Anyway.
spend my days reading about spiders.
But
and
anyway, yeah.
catching
Like,
slime
if you
things.
actually play through the entire game, Yoshizawa was way better.
Yeah.
But with, like, even with just the Ninth Palace stuff, she's pretty good.
Yeah, and also her Ninth Palace is really her time to shine. I'm a shine boy.
Yeah.
Except for Akechi's kind of stealing the spotlight at points, but, you know.
Akechi's stupid.
Yeah,
Dumb.
Akechi's... We'll talk about gameplay stuff later. Gameplay
But-
changes later.
Yeah,
But anyway,
I think in general, Sumire, I give her 7 out of 10 as a character.
I think she's good.
Yeah, she's
I
fine.
like her gun and her rapier. They're just two kinds of weapons I really like.
I like how she's bootleg Joker. That's pretty funny.
And that actually ties into her, like, all of the Phantom Thieves have some sort of, like, thief theme that would go into a, actual thief group.
Like, Ryuji's a thug.
Makoto's the strategist and also the getaway driver. Yusuke's
Oh,
the
she's an
counterfetter.
identity thief. Ha.
Yeah, she's an
You want the
identity.
getaway driver,
And,
get away.
Akechi is just the hitman.
Psychopath, got it.
Yeah, basically.
I like all the Phantom Thieves have different thief roles. As in, Morgana is kind of the leader, On is the
Joker is
negotiator.
also... Joker and Morgana are technically the leaders. They share
Yeah.
one.
I'm a mascot,
Haru
Joker,
is the
get over
insider,
it.
Yusuke is the con artist, Futaba is the manipulator / hacker.
Alright, any more story stuff to talk about?
Oh yeah, the Third Awakenings for and the general desires the other characters had.
Very cool. I like.
Rip Hecate's Hecate, I mean. Otherwise, I absolutely adore the upgraded versions. I wish Al Azif had tentacles because it's a really cool thing in
I think it
Necronomicon.
does. It just isn't shown in any of the actual visuals.
Kids,
Aw.
don't look at the tentacles.
But anyway, yeah. I also like how a lot of them have like really kind of a bit subtle like design like symbolism. Like for example, Yusuke's first two personas both were themed after old Japanese art. And then Gorokichi completely ditches that in favor of a more modern look.
Because he's found himself.
Yeah, he found his. It's basically art style symbolism for the artist.
Wow,
It's
that's
very clever.
neat.
And also, Ryuji's William is the best one by far, in my
Correct.
opinion.
Correct.
Only Ryuji will have it in him to put his persona's
Day of Death.
Yeah, Year
Yeah.
of Death on its design. When I saw that in the art book, I just freaked out and was like, yes, Ryuji, yes.
Yes.
All good pirates die. But they also kill
People
those
show off
people.
their scars. William shows off the day he was executed.
Hey guys, this is my coffin.
And he has
Take
a
look.
rail gun.
Very piratey. I'll be honest,
Yes.
the best pirates had railguns.
Anyway, continuing on. The trait system as an addition and fusion alarms was amazing. They were
Fusion
so
alarms
fun.
were so fun. I remember the Gabriel we got that was just all status moves, as in the logos with the purple splotch.
Randomizing your move sets.
That was so funny.
Aside, Mothman is the best persona.
Oh yeah,
ever.
by the way,
Correct.
for the file I used for the joint playthrough with these guys, I decided, how do I make this funny? And then I just randomly fused a Mothman with like Victory Cry, Almighty Amp, Magic
yeah.
Ability, and
Yeah.
Mega Dolon.
Keep in
Mothman
mind,
has become such a meme among us that I bred a shiny Frostmoth just to celebrate their existence.
Yeah, he did that, and he actually succeeded.
moths are cool. Mothman is cool.
Yes. Lepidopterans are beautiful, and Mothman is perfect.
No one
Also,
knows
the
what that
incenses that they
means.
added in
Lepidopterans,
Don't explain it.
butterflies, and moths.
You explained it. Give me a second while I kill this guy.
He's not actually gonna kill him. Anyway,
Why do we have the Adam's apple?
why are we talking
Story
about
things.
this?
What are we talking about? Story.
Anyway, not story. This time it's more gameplay.
Gameplay.
The trait system. This was a really cool addition. When I first saw it, I was like, huh? Why would they make fusion even more complicated? Then I saw some of the traits they added and decided, you know what? Yeah, it's fine. This is fine. This totally doesn't break the game. And yeah, some of the traits are completely busted.
It's just abilities.
Ha, remember
Yeah,
when we thought
but-
Shiva was OP?
Shiva was no wait. Speaking of which, like freaking special treatment is rank 5 now. You can get it as low as level 25.
You could have it during Kanashiro's palace.
Yes. You know
Are
what's
you
even
kidding
more
me?
insane? You could be like I found a way to fuse Barong and Rangda in Futaba's palace. I could have theoretically gotten Shiva at Futaba's palace.
And you're saying you didn't?
Wow.
I wanted to save it until after I did Saya's Confidant and then finish that so I could get the EXP boost when I fused Shiva.
Makes sense.
But still, the fact that you can fuse Shiva, one of the most broken personas...
Except for Mothman.
Mothman at its base isn't that...
Mothman is God, shut up.
Anyway.
Correct.
Yeah, you can fuse Shiva in Futaba's palace, and theoretically even earlier if you have enough money. And by the way, money is so easy to get now because the glitch that messed up Toranosuke's whole thing got fixed in Royal, and also Ryuji's insta-kill. And the way Mementos works
So
now.
what you're saying is, you
What?
can be a broken Persona user and make the game super easy and just a power trip if you really want to.
That's what I did.
Which I actually really enjoy that in games.
I love it when games let you just break them on your
Yeah.
knee and
Like-
completely break them.
If you want to play a balanced experience, go ahead. But now I have the option to make
Turn
a
on the
moth
EXP
that nukes
share.
people. Yeah, exactly.
Go catch a
Make
Darmanitan.
nuclear moth.
No, go catch an Excadrill, wait 2 levels to evolve it, then you have an earthquaking machine.
Hey kids, Destroy the planet with
Wonder
earthquakes.
Trade until you get a legendary.
Wonder Trade until you get a shiny Arceus.
Wonder Trade until you get a gun.
Clawitzer
That's
got
the
it.
best
Anyway,
Pokemon.
yeah, some of the traits are insane,
Reverade.
especially for the ultimate personas. You have ones like Futsunushi, which has Will to Sword, which increases the boosts from Charge and Concentrate. Zhao Gongen's Undying Fury, increasing the power of physical attacks by 30%. And then there's Addis's Vitality of the Tree, which makes
Triumph Tower.
which makes Themapoly actually useful.
For once.
Yes. We got that on Vohumana, who, by the way, is an amazing design.
Yeah, Vohumana, by the way, only appeared in, like, I think the first Persona game, so
Protein
it's
Man.
very cool that they brought
Funny
it back.
Protein Man.
And this is coming from someone who isn't a massive Shin Megami Tensei nerd.
Yo, one thing I mentioned, I can't believe I'm saying this. There's one thing I like about Akechi now.
What?
He's funny as the Nav.
Oh yeah, Navakechi is funny.
I mean,
is
like
funny.
what when he gets put to sleep, he says, "Funny." He sleep, so he snore. It's so basic, but it's so
I
funny
do
to
that.
me. It's so funny to me.
Yeah, I really like it how they kind of acknowledge that Akechi is a stupid character. They just kind
And
of
he's
went full ham
terrible
on making
jerk.
the people hate him.
And then people still like him
Because
for
of course
some
people
reason.
would hate the serial killer.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised. People still ship him with
Guys,
Joker.
I
You know,
relate.
the guy that he almost killed, like, in cold blood with a smile on his face.
Guys, I relate to the psychopath so much.
Those are the sort of people that would have one of those memes that says, in my head, I'm thinking about 10 minutes I could use to kill you with 5 weapons in 20 different ways. And it's just somebody in a hoodie.
Oh man, it's so cool and edgy. Would have never.
But anyway,
thought
yeah,
of that.
even like some of the lower end traits can be good. Like the humble skillful combo, which increases the power of your attacks if you get a baton pass.
Which Baton Pass already does, thanks to darts. Also, Akechi having to place a 701 with you to get your Baton Pass
I
up
love
is
the darts
murder.
music.
Yeah, the Kichijoji was amazing. Everything that was in Kichijoji was great.
The Jazz Club was great.
Yeah,
I
the
love
Jazz Club and the dart and the Penguin Sniper were the best two by far. Penguin Sniper increasing the power of technical moves as status getting buffed. Status getting buffed was great.
So it's actually useful, unless when the enemy uses it. That's not fun.
Yeah, but anyway, being able to buff Baton Pass, and also wait, first off, everyone has Baton Pass right from the get-go.
Oh,
Which-
I didn't even know that.
So, thought
yeah, feel free
Haru
to add
didn't get
things to
to
the
do
forest.
anything in her the palace she joins in. Not anymore. She gets to wreck everything, and she's actually incredibly useful in that palace. I realized.
In which one?
Haru for the 5th palace.
When she
So
does-
much of the game is weak. So much of the enemies are weak to Sai there, and she just didn't get
But-
to really make use of it because she lacked Baton Pass before.
Well, yay.
But anyway, continuing on, the Jazz Club being able to give other party members new skills. That
That's
was,
pretty cool.
like, in particular, giving charge to Yusuke single-handedly made him from the worst party member in the game, barring Akechi, who doesn't count,
He's
to
not a person.
a, like, absolutely busted Disc 1 nuke in, like, the mid-game because he got it way faster than Ryuji did. And you get access to charge way, like, before Haru joins, and he's the only other physical attacker you have aside from Ryuji, who gets charged naturally. So, yeah, you can it's basically just, if you have a Sunday night free in the first Sunday of September, give Yusuke charge, because just give Yusuke charge. Also, the other one that I really want to mention, Debilitate.
What's so special about Debilitate?
Single target, debuffs everything.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be crazy if someone got that?
Morgana.
Like Morgana? Wouldn't that be crazy if Morgana... Also give Debilitate to Morgana.
Well,
Cat.
the advice I have for most players
Guys,
is,
maybe
like,
weak.
give either Morgana or Makoto Concentrate, then give Debilitate to the one you didn't give Concentrate to. I gave Concentrate to Makoto, and
But Makoto gets AoE debilitate.
that's true, but
Eventually.
yeah, but that's so much later in the game anyway. So
And at that point, you can just replace debilitate.
yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
And
Scratch
speaking of
kids.
which, the third tier skills and Akechi's new persona and Sumire in gameplay. The third tier skills are all generally like they're much better than they were in than the P4 golden ones, where there were a few that were really, really good and a few that had way too much of an SP cost. Like, for example, Chie, who had an absolutely pitiful SP cost, like, SP, like, pool. Like, she had, like, maybe at level 99, like, 200 SP. Give or take.
Small.
I don't actually remember it, but it's really bad. She has a, she, like Yusuke, she has, like, full party Heat Riser. Except it costs more than half of her full SP bar to cast once.
Mega oof. But while we're talking about gameplay of the new characters, Akechi, his ray
Akechi's-
gun is stupid.
But, I mean, no, like, let's talk about Loki.
Loki, isn't his signature move basically just a normal move but worse?
Yeah, it's basically
Yep.
just Brave Blade. I looked online desperately trying to find a difference between Brave Blade and Leviatane.
Let me
I
guess,
just
doesn't
could
exist.
not find one.
Then-
The
Didn't
best
think so.
part is that Leviatane actually is unique in this fight because it's almighty. But
And
no,
then it takes that away. Bye bye.
Yep.
Bye bye. Bye Almighty.
also,
Nope, you're physical
just
now.
give him Call to Chaos. It's
Yeah.
the Persona's whole thing in the story. Let you have that.
That
like,
would be awesome.
You could
Plus,
rework it.
Akechi's the terrible person.
Like
Of
you
course
could
Persona
rework
still
it
has
to
that.
like be more balanced in gameplay. Don't mind that. That's the Roomba.
Roombot and frickin'.
But anyway, yeah. Why
Roomba
didn't they
okay.
give him? He doesn't even have any status spells for that matter. For whatever reason.
Yeah, Call to Chaos. Just make it so it inflicts Brainwasher Rage on all foes.
Or something like that. And like the actual skill set is meant to be like deal a ton of damage to everything with Megadolon, Riot Gun, and Leviatane, but his skill set is just so all over the place. And
It feels like some kid had to design a Persona and they just picked all the coolest moves they could think of
Well,
without actually synergizing them.
It actually makes some semblance of sense considering you're stuck with just him and Joker for a little bit. But after that point, it becomes completely worthless.
Yeah,
Actually, it is a
like
good point,
gun
yeah.
skills. Haru does that way better because she has gun boost and gun amp. Physical attacks, Yusuke and Ryuji do that better. And
Yeah.
also, Sumire also does that better. Literally everyone does physical attacks better than Akechi can.
He's a jack of all trades in a game where jacks of all trades are already taken, being Joker and no one else.
Yeah,
And
the
he does it
whole
better.
and the whole point of the other party members is to be so specialized so that they can beat Joker at like specific tasks.
Yeah, at one thing, but Joker does everything alright.
Yeah.
Akechi's trying to do Joker, and he comes off as much worse than Joker.
Which fits into his character.
Also, I
Yeah.
guess. Also, Attack Master. Why did they give a level 70 persona Attack Master?
To make it clear that Akechi is garbage, and you should throw him out like the
Like-
garbage he is.
I wish they at least gave him Auto Mataru. That would have been cool.
Nah, man, give him Agi.
Yo, man, give him Augie. Yo, his persona should be Jack-o'-lantern with Augie. It would
Yes.
make him more useful.
And also, let's talk about his personal skill. Rebellion Blade. It sucks. It somehow sucks even more than
Persona
Leviatane.
upgrades into Archer, gets a sword skill.
That's
What?
magic based. So it's like it's twice the power of Megadolon, which sounds cool, except it costs 99 SP to cast once. So already that's a bit of a red flag. It also has the secondary effect of dealing 1.5 times damage if the enemy is knocked down, including like the other additional damage it already does when an enemy is knocked down.
In a game where when an enemy is knocked down, they're pretty much guaranteed to already be dead unless they're a special case.
You never
Yeah,
see
but
it
here's the thing.
coming.
Like, that sounds cool and all, but you get it
No, it
at
doesn't.
right before the final boss. The final boss can also not be knocked down, and while
Because it's a final
while
boss.
he does have minions that can be knocked down, do you really want to waste 99 SP to kill one enemy that you could probably kill with another AoE attack?
Or Mothman, Megadol.
Mothman.
With the 3 baton passes we did, we couldn't do a
One
fourth because we
good
deleted.
use I can
We
sort
deleted.
of see with Akechi is
Man.
debilitate, and also his trait, which decreases the decreases the SP cost of support skills, which
Alright.
is nice. But here's the thing: you probably have if you went to the jazz club, you probably have someone with debilitate anyway. Also, Makoto has checkmate, which does something similar.
Alright.
And his
But yeah,
trait
did we
is
mention that we deleted Akechi's curse skill? Just out of spite.
You're welcome.
I think actually people unironically do that because at that point in the game, Aegon's kind of useless. Aegon is just useless in general because also, by the way, he's meant to be your curse user at the point in the game where
Joker.
there's literally no other curse enemies weak to curse. Yeah, I don't think we saw a single enemy weak to maybe a few, but
we had one at the very beginning. I don't remember who, but there was one of them. It was a special case, and then it never appeared again.
yeah, I think the only enemy that's weak to curse
Was
is
it
like
the
Alila or
Syndrome fight?
something.
I don't even remember.
It makes sense if Cinderella were weak.
Everything
to
related to
like
Akechi is just a blur because it's so awful. Anyway, I'm done talking about garbage. Let's talk about Sumire.
Yeah, Sumire is basically a crit build. The problem with crit builds in like most Persona games is that with like in particular Chie and P4 Golden, I keep keeping her as a punching bag. I'm sorry, but anyway,
Are
yeah,
you really sorry?
yes.
For once, he's sorry.
But
I honestly don't care that Sumire is a crit build. I think it's something new and interesting at least. Maybe
Yeah, and
not the most
here's-
optimal, but
And here's the thing.
cool.
Let me continue. Basically, the problem I had with Chie is that she it takes her a while to fully get her kit, like for a crit build. But with Sumire, since she joined so late in the game, she has basically her entire crit build set with one more skill in 5 levels that increases the critical rate of everyone else. Sumire is actually a huge godsend for the Lavenza fight in New Game Plus because she's a crit build. And yeah, again, it's really unique.
Exactly, and it may not be the best, but
It's
at
fun.
least it's something different.
Yeah, and it's
Whereas
fun.
Akechi is just Joker, but much worse.
Yeah.
both in character and in gameplay.
Yep. We just keep roasting Akechi.
Good, he deserves it.
There's one thing I like about his design, the color scheme and the mask. That's it.
I like the dazzle camouflage.
Oh yeah, the dazzle camouflage with Loki is great.
Anyway, continuing on
Like,
Cendrillon. I like Cendrillon's design too. It goes from like made of glass, reflecting Sumire's
That's what
non-existent self-confidence, to Ella being made out of like more valuable materials like platinum and silver and stuff.
Because her self-worth has improved.
Yeah, she's valuable. Woo.
Also,
Also, I
Masquerade
like how
is
Cendrillon says Cinderella because haha imposter.
yeah. Well, Cendrillon is like a variant on Cinderella anyway,
Yeah,
so
but it's not the original.
Exactly, variant.
It's the
Yeah.
translation.
But anyway, Masquerade is also a really good skill. It does suffer from the same problem Rebellion Blade has of only being usable against the final boss. Thing is, the final boss is generally immune to being criticaled, and Sword Stance loses its main like utility as a crit attack. So a Masquerade just being a boring old high power attack is really good for that fight in particular. And also as an aside, I love how Sumire is actually pretty much tailor-made for that fight in particular.
Well, yeah, because it's essentially her time to shine on the Shine Boy. So,
Though, as
I
an
would
aside,
hope she would be.
Yeah, she Maruki uses light skills and nuke skills, and she resists both of them.
Also, I found out why he uses nuke skills, not just because of primordial energy of the universe, but because one of Azathoth's nickname has to do with being a nuclear god.
Yeah,
Good touch.
that's correct.
Yeah.
And the light being the whole blinding from reality thing.
And holiness, because
Yep.
he sees himself as the savior.
I am the Messiah.
But anyway,
Would you listen to me? I'm
but anyway,
not the
yeah,
Messiah.
that also makes Akechi kind of a liability in that fight because he's weak to light. And also,
Yeah.
by the way, Hereward's new psi resistance, when you finally get that, it's completely worthless. Nothing in the game left.
Herald has a side resistance?
Yeah.
I forgot.
By contrast, the nuke resistance that Cendrillon gets is, or not Cendrillon, Ella gets is actually really useful, like I just said.
Because he throws out atomic flare
Yeah.
like it's nothing.
And anyway, continuing on to other third tier skills, Ryuji's fighting spirit and An's high energy.
High energy, it's concentrate for everyone.
And-
There's nothing to be upset about.
Like, it does, like, depend heavily on what your party is, but, like, still, if you even have one other party member who can make
Does
use
it
of
though? Everyone has some kind of magic element.
and everyone has some sort of physical attack, either their gun
Exactly.
or their regular attack. So really, anyone will be able to make use of high energy and fighting spirit. So
yeah, plus both are good for Joker. So you
Yeah.
always have someone else in the team who can use it.
Yep. And Morgana's Miracle Rush. Miracle Rush is fun. It's an
I love
H-
the animation.
it's an HP based skill, first of all, so it's way more spammable than everyone else's high SP cost skills.
And also it's on a healer, so he can just basically get it back whenever he wants.
Yeah. And also AoE Miracle Punch is fun. It's just fun. It's just a fun skill. May not be the most like optimal for the final boss, but it's fun. So who cares?
As a person that
Randomize.
plays games more so to have fun than to actually prove my
Fun.
skill, I
Fun.
very much approve of things like that.
Yusuke's Hyaka Rodang is kind of depressingly it's good, but it's outclassed by Themapoly in theory. Because here's the thing, you probably want to spend Joker's turns doing something other than buffing the party. So having Yusuke do it in his place is actually really, really good. So I do think Hyaka Rodang is way better than it sounds, considering Themapoly exists. So yeah, I do like Hyaka Rodang, even if it does cost way more for Yusuke than Themapoly does. And Checkmate for Makoto.
Again, it's debilitate, but it goes everywhere. What's not to like?
And it's from a cool bike.
Yeah.
Vroom, vroom.
Generally speaking, I find it a little awesome but impractical. You don't use it too often outside of the final boss because it has multiple targets. But it's still fine, and you're at that point in the game, you don't need to worry about SP very much at all.
Yeah, I mean, it's like 1, 2, 3 battles left. If
So,
you consider that last thing a battle.
Yeah,
Adam Cabon isn't really a battle, but I still really like him.
yeah.
I love
I
their
do.
energy.
It actually does work as far as thematic. It does work thematically because Azathoth is the blind idiot god, and Maruki is going in without really thinking about the consequences because he's blinded by his desires.
And
But
then
when he
Adam
gets the
just
wisdom
like-
back in Adam Cadmon, because Adam Cadmon's the embodiment of wisdom, first off, Maruki loses a lot of actual power because all the tendrils from Azathoth go back to Adam Cadmon.
Yeah, it's just like, alright,
Dude.
Adam, vor me, and then it's time to absolutely destroy everybody.
But here's the thing,
And then he gets
Adam
Iron
Cadmon
Giant
can't kill
visual.
anyone, which seems a little odd, but I actually kind of tie that into Maruki's sort of like starting to doubt himself because he has his wisdom back and actually starts thinking about things a bit more.
And also for mechanical reasons, so you don't just lose to the overpowered thing instantly and think, why
Yeah.
the heck am I constantly losing to this overpowered thing?
Yeah, and also Azathoth uses a
Game
ton
design,
of
kids.
really tricky attacks. Adam Cadmon just punches you.
Punch!
Yeah.
So yeah, I do actually like Adam Cadmon thematically as well.
I am very happy to finally have my Parasite persona.
Yeah, because Adam Cadmon literally parasitizes Maruki.
Yes, which I approve of
Get
very much.
inside me, give me your energy.
At first I was disappointed that it was humanoid, but now I appreciate it a lot more
Ha,
because it was,
ha,
hey, I look
humanoid.
human, but then it's just tendrils! Eldritch Abomination, controlling a husk of mechanics.
Anything else we need to talk about?
Haru's life wall is the
Machine?
most broken thing ever.
Yes.
Okay, it's not
Moving on.
super broken because Almighty can pierce through it.
Nope, no siree, not super broken. We've never had anyone use Almighty against us while that thing is up.
True.
It's so broken, but that's okay, kids, because you don't
It
need to
costs
get
95 SP, which is a huge asking price. But unlike Rebellion Blade, it's a more than worthy asking price to shield everyone from everything. Except Almighty, but,
Almighty.
you know.
But
But
Byleth.
and Violet.
Oh boy, no one's gonna get half these references. Nobody.
I'm pretty sure that we speak exclusively in in-jokes.
Yep.
Anyone listening to us will think we're insane. Speaking of insanity,
Mothman and the fusion
Oh,
alarm.
wait,
I
let's
don't
actually-
know where I'm going with this.
Let's talk
Please
more
help.
about the actual palace itself, because we haven't done that yet.
Design.
Also, I really wish that
cool.
we could have gotten Adam or Azathoth as a persona. I know it would make sense in lore,
The Ring of Sorrow, once you get it in New Game Plus, actually does summon Azathoth's tendrils to attack.
Yes.
Yo, that's cool.
but I want an Azathoth
Again, that's-
action figure or plushie.
Only you would think that.
Can we get a Mothman plushie already? I can't believe that doesn't exist.
Yeah, why doesn't it?
Whoops.
Guten Tag.
But anyway, yeah, let's talk more about the palace. Thematically, it looks great.
Design, I love it. It's like It's like that obsessively clean laboratory. No dirty things in here. Only positive vibes.
I also
No,
love the
undesirable.
ribbony hairs everywhere. It's very biological.
What are you doing to my beautiful creation? Oh,
The
I'm an
size
idiot.
is a bit off.
And also, the
My
Garden
brain
of
is
Eden
small.
was actually
My
pretty
brain
cool,
is
too.
small. Okay, Garden of Eden. Design. Love it. Puzzle. Dear God, someone please save me from this puzzle.
Oh, yeah, the puzzle sucked.
The puzzle
I mean,
was really fun.
It was well designed,
Oh,
but
yeah,
it sucked.
It was a great design. Because it was so hard. Unfortunately, my brain is the size of a
At
pea.
least it wasn't Okumura's palace.
My brain is the size
Vanilla
of a raisin,
Okumura's
and yet I was able
palace.
to accidentally solve it.
Yeah, he solved it by complete accident.
I'm an obsessive completionist.
And an obsessive compulsive. Did I make this window too
Yes, I am.
small? My
Yes.
God, my
Yes.
brain is so pea-sized.
But yeah,
My brain is
general
so cute.
thoughts on P5 Royal, worth the $60 for Maruki alone.
It's a $60
Worth the
husband
$60 for Fusion Alarm Invincible Mothman.
Worth the $60 for Mothman
And
again.
also, we loved the Wonder Trade Network Fusion.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
Network Fusion got a glow up in this game. It's completely nuts.
We actually found a hacked Messiah with
With-
Zenith Shield.
Zenith Defense is actually, the reason why it exists in the code is basically, there's an item called the Omnipotent Orb that blocks all attacks except for, including Almighty, I think. Actually, no,
That's not
excluding
OP.
Almighty. You only get it by beating Lavenza, and at that point, there's nothing else in the game to fight.
So it wasn't hacked.
No, it was hacked because it's only available on that skill.
Oh.
So
I mean,
it's
item.
an item. Yeah,
Yeah.
so you can't actually get it on a normal persona. So it was hacked.
Yeah, that Messiah Picaro with Zenith Defense was hacked.
Yeah, we fused it into a Vishnu, and no, we couldn't carry over Zenith Shield.
That would have been too funny.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like we even used Vishnu at all. We had Bao.
We have
Yeah.
Mothman.
Also, we made a gun build Yoshitsune, so now you have a Yoshitsune with guns instead of katanas and a giant Gatling gun that says Hustle Toby on it.
We
We're
also
gonna
have
make-
a Mothman with nothing but skillful combo, Megadolon, and 7 passive skills.
We're gonna make every single optimized build persona
No,
player
you
out there
can't
die.
make gun build Yoshitsune. Hustle Toby needs to be invincible.
Ha ha ha, sword guy go pew.
Yeah, that was funny. Because, like, every
Funny.
Yoshitsune build is the same thing over and over, so we decided to have fun with it.
Yeah, let's have some
Done.
variety. Let's mix it up, y'all.
Anything else we need to talk about?
No.
Yo, I got something we need to talk about.
Okumura's fight. Somebody
There
had a
goes
really
that
bad day
skeleton.
at Atlas.
Yeah, I remember that. We
You
literally
only
cheesed it.
Yeah, you only avoided getting hit with the gimmick by sheer luck because Okumura stupidly blew up his Rakukajid robot.
Yeah.
I
Harubot was fun though. I like their
I am
single
very
wheel.
smart.
Yeah, I like the addition of the Harubot.
Yeah,
Except
also-
I actually lost because of that thing on my first go.
We actually managed to kill the Harubot before it could explode.
I remember when that time limit in vanilla was like, it's whatever. It didn't
Eh,
really matter. We'll pass.
Wow.
No one's gonna get this. Everyone's gonna think we're insane.
Yeah.
Anyway,
They're not wrong though.
Anyway, we had like 15 minutes left on the clock by the end of the vanilla one. But this time we had like, what, 3 maybe? 4? It
Yeah.
was pretty close. I was surprised.
Yeah. Also, I
And
like
this
the
guy got
details
so
how he-
mad he killed the Harubot with his bare hands instead of letting it blow up.
I walked
Didn't
into
we
the game.
shoot it?
Yeah, it just died.
Pew.
He killed it before it could do anything.
Didn't we make Haru shoot it with the grenade?
Yeah, I think so.
It's called replacing the
In vanilla, we spent the grenade on Okumura.
Also,
Yes.
oh, by the way, I can't believe we didn't mention this. Guns.
Being able to use the gun in every fight was a blessing.
Yes.
I am okay. I have
Bear
no
in
mental
mind, in
problems.
vanilla, this guy used a gun on everything, even things that resisted it, just because he liked the gun that much.
Joker resists gunfire. Joker, what
Iwai
are you
and
doing?
Shinya were such good confidants, and I'm so happy that
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
their benefits.
Iwai got buffed.
I
Iwai
love
got
Iwai.
buffed to high
Always good.
heaven.
But yeah, Iwai is super good now.
The customizations are so amazing.
The only one that got nerfed in Royal was Shinya, unfortunately.
Although in the
Downshot
original
is
he
way
was just
worse.
insanely
Yeah,
overpowered.
but even then, Electric Slug and the Oda Special are still amazing anyway, so it's not like it's that nerfed. It's still great,
Yeah.
so go for it for gameplay.
Go for it.
But yeah, Downshot is nowhere near as good as it used to be.
It still does what it says on the
Oh,
tin.
also, Warning Shot is basically infinite use now. I didn't realize this, but I was like, wait a minute.
You're right, because ammo it refills between battles. Yeah.
Never mind, Shinya got buffed! Warning Shot is
Indirectly.
infinitely usable!
That is amazing.
But yeah, Oya still sucks. She got buffed in Royal!
What?
It still sucks.
When? And how?
Basically, since the alarm will start at 40 by default instead of starting at 0 now, Oya's reduces it like at the start, and also every time you see a safe room, she reduces it again. I don't think you guys even noticed.
Wait, every time you see a safe room, so can you just
Go into a safe room.
So you could just theoretically go in and out over and over again.
Yeah, I didn't even notice. The alarm starts at 40%,
It's supposed to.
but you get her confidant and then it don't.
Yeah.
I
But it's
never
like,
noticed because we went right to the boss battles anyway.
yeah, and also like, who cares? The alarm is still not a huge threat.
Yeah, with all the
Also,
bonuses, it makes ambushing things so easy.
Speaking
like that time that we left the game idle, a shadow ran up to us, we no-U'd it, jumped over, ambushed it, and then we got position hacked into a holdup.
Yup, that actually happened.
We lost our minds. We could not stop. We were busy fighting over a plastic splatter shot.
Very
We just saw this. We go, oh no, Shadow's going after us. We see
Wait,
Joker do the
what?
costume flip, and then we see Futama's portrait pop up, and Haster's on the ground wondering what the heck went wrong.
Speaking of Sumire's benefits,
The Phantom Thieves win by doing absolutely nothing. Continue.
yeah, the Phantom Thieves win by
Sorry,
doing
that was-
absolutely nothing, the no-you flip, and also the grappling hook being able to grab enemies from a distance was great. Those
Also,
are the
grappling
only two.
hook is fun. Thank you, Smash.
They're the only two real benefits you get outside of her like general party stuff. But those two are all she needs. Those are great.
Yeah.
Speaking of insane benefits, Maruki's Detox and what was it?
Flow?
Flow, yeah.
Flow is so powerful. I love it. Especially when you have a Mothman with Megadolon.
There
Yeah,
were times when we didn't even realize it was on. We just nuke things through and wonder why.
Alright, flow activated.
Yeah,
I
flow
forgot.
activated.
and Detox is a godsend if in a game where status is super crippling.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, status got buffed. That happened.
That
Also,
too.
about time we get a therapist / psychiatrist as a character.
We didn't mention that before.
Nope, we didn't.
Yeah.
But with a game all about inner thoughts and psychology, you thought it would have
Yeah.
happened sooner.
I'd say Persona 5 takes the most inspiration from
Jungian Psychology.
the Jungian Psychology album. Also.
And that's saying something
it's very
considering
heavily
4.
inspired with masks. What?
Yeah.
And 4 was already really tied into Jungian psychology with the whole themes of the shadow selves and stuff.
Yeah.
I think Extra Credits did an episode about all the Jungian psychology in Persona 5.
Yeah.
Cool. Shameless plug. Anyway,
For a channel that isn't Some Asians. For
Yeah.
once. Speaking of, go watch all Some Asians videos where we diss Akechi and tell him he's terrible because he is.
anyway, also Ryuji got his
Yeah.
running buffed. Stealth dash, you can literally scream, yell, we're the Phantom Thieves, and people will not notice you.
It's beautiful.
No wonder he keeps
and of
keeping a
course
secret.
Ryuji would need that.
And also, sexy technique heart from On is way better than it was. I don't even know if it was in vanilla, but
I'd say the
It
name
was,
is
I
probably
remember.
the
We
worst
just
thing
never
about
saw
it.
it.
it procs so often now.
and it means you have. I mean, you get no. You have to see it activate over and over again. You get the displeasure of seeing it activate, unless you're one of those people. How long have you been recording for?
54 minutes?
We've been recording
What?
for almost an hour.
がら明日を生きてゆく僕らが